Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. In the previous session, we have said how to balance controlling faculties. Also, we have said 7 enlightenment factors. So, there are 3 factors in the active side. There are another 3 factors in the quiet type. So, one is mindfulness or remembrance. Remembrance is every time we need, not have excessive. So always we need to remember our object. So when we are practicing meditation, so because of this, one side is 3 factors, the other side is 3 factors. So active types are panya, wisdom, and trying to know about the meditation, and trying to know meditation object. Another one is effort, making effort. So another one is piti, joy, happy or joy in the meditation object. It is active types. If your mind is something dim or lazy, trying to increase these 3 factors. So if our mind is very active, some people, so during meditating time, so they don't know how to sleep. Also, they totally cannot sleep, cannot relax. The mind is very much agitative, so may have a wandering mind, not peaceful. If so, need to increase the quiet types. Those are faith, believing what you are doing. So about your meditation teaching or about your practicing. So another one is tranquility. 7 enlightenment factors are. One is concentration, quietness. Another one is peacefulness, tranquility. Another factor is equanimity. So previous time we have said how to increase concentration, how to increase tranquility. Today I'm trying to say equanimity. So equanimity is middle mind, not so happy, not so sad, or no love and no hate, just middle. So sometimes about ourselves we are worried. How is it in the future, or how will you improve, or something like this. The mind is not peaceful. If so, we need to increase that equanimity. So how to increase? One thing is reflecting about the karma, as a own property. So how about our future? Nobody knows. Karma only our own property. According to karma, we will go. In the same way, how about others, about our friends or families? So we cannot know that according to their karma, we will go. So no need to worry so much if we think. So about the disease or our own body, so may have, may not have. We may do regular checking or not, that is another. But as a mind, in the mind, if we quiet down, that will be according to own karma. So reflect about the karma, if so can be peace. Another thing is should not love too much about the beings. Yeah, you may see some people, they are loving about the beings too much, like pets, children. Some people are just normal, even animals, about the families. They may do something, they may help, but not so much loving, just normal. So even own self, some are loving very much. So, most of people know hate or hatred is not good. They may not try to be hate. But some people don't know loving also problem. So loving too much also not so good. That is not to increase. That is properly is quite okay. So should not love too much. Even own friends, parents, children. We may not love means you should help. We should take our responsibility for the parents or children or husband or wife, but not to attach too much. If we attach too much, we cannot be peace. Everybody, one day, we need to be separate. We need to depart from our life. Even our body, one day, we need to leave. So, if we attach too much, we will suffer more. Because of this, although we may have friends or relatives, so better to think earlier time to depart one day, to be ready. So whenever we approach people near to attach, we hesitate, trying to be back. Should not be so much attached, because everybody one day will be separate. Even our own body, we will leave one day. So that is need to think earlier time, when before reality come. So we teach to take care of parents, husband, wife, children, take a responsibility, but not to love so much, not to attach so much. So in the same way about the things, not to love those things, what we need to do is something we can reflect fallenness. So person to person, man to woman, woman to man. So need to have a perception as a fallenness, as a dirty things. So according to our mark, we will have a lust, or we will not have a lust. So if you read novels, love stories, so they may mention about the beauty of man or woman. It is not good for the practicing in Dhamma. So perception as a fallenness or dirty things, it is helpful. We can stay without dependent on those people. So trying to increase, trying to have a perception as a fallenness or as a disgusting things. Actually, our body have a lot of disgusting things, because of washing or every day, taking a shower every day, you have to see in this way. If one day we don't wash our clothes or our body, and so the nature will appear. And that is one of a reality. So need to think or need to mark those things to reduce attachment. So another thing is about the properties. If we attach to it, our mind may not have equanimity, may not have a middle. So some people, they like the things very much. This kind of phone I want to use. This kind of phone, no, don't want to use, like that. In the same way, clothing or food, or this food I want to eat, this food I don't want to eat. There are something attaching some things, foods or using things. If so, once the other person disturbs their things, so they may get angry, they may hate. So once they lose something, so we're disappointed. So our properties have a nature. After some times, will spoil everything, even a phone or something, even a house. After some times, you need to do renovation or do again or redo again. So need to think as a short-term use. Everything we have may not last a long time. one day will spoil. So now new, but you need to think earlier time. Because later will spoil because of something. So at that time you may not disappoint it if you think earlier time. So you need to reflect earlier time. So we have things we may attach, but need to think earlier time. It is a short-term use, may not last. Another thing is not having ownership. Not having ownership means owner means if we own something, we should be able to control those things and not to spoil. So, if there is a nature being spoiled, we not own those things because that then dependent on others, dependent on other conditions, not following our desire, not following owner's desire. So because of this, although we say I own these things and that things, actually not really own, not really can control to be last. So connected to many things. Maybe people may steal, children may break or may make a spoil. So like burning in fire or flood or something like this. Because of this, anything we have, we are not really owner. We cannot control any times. Dependent on our karma, dependent on surrounding situation, it is possible to spoil. So, because of this, about the things, we should think as a short-term usage, short-term use. Also, we should think no ownership, no ownership. So, such a kind of thinking may make you equanimity. So, equanimous mind, middle mind, not to attach or not to hate so much. Another thing, you should associate those people who has middle mind. Some people, although they got gain or lose, they are not so suffer, also not so happy. Most of people are, once again they trying to enjoy or celebrate, happy. If lose, they're very sad. So if we associate with those people, we also will be like this. So if we want to be stable mind, middle mind, we need to associate with the people who has a middle mind. Also, we need to incline to be like this. Although meditations go or not go, keep the mind little bit equanimous mind. So sometimes happy is good if you are very lazy one. So to active. If you are very active, if you want to reduce, should not be like this. If you are very active type. So always need to incline to be middle mind. So it is a meditation time also we may need. Sometimes we may success very little, but overjoyed, happy, so cannot focus. So in the same way, sometimes we may not be good because meditations are based on weather, based on food you eat, based on the people you associate. Sometimes the mind and body is not so good. So because of those situations, although we practice, sometimes it cannot be good. So although not good, should not be so sad. Later will be good again. So because of this, if the mind is very active, to reduce that, need to use concentration, tranquility, and equanimity. Those are enlightenment factors. Three are active types, three are quiet type. Based on that, you need to balance your mind. So that is about the 7 enlightenment factors. Another one I want to tell today is about the place in the Satipatthana Sutta, all are mentioned. So if someone want to practice, need to choose the place, Arinya Katoa, in the forest. Rokamula Kadoa, in the foot of a tree, at the foot of a tree, another tree. Sonyagara Garowa, in a secluded place. So, 3 places, secluded place. So, yes, it is a right place to practice, especially for the breathing meditation. So, if in a noisy place, we cannot do. Anything we do, something we do, we need to have a right place. If no right place, improvement will be slow. Some people can success, very good people, very, how to say, in the nearest life, they have done a lot. If so, maybe success. So actually, place is very important. So quiet place, noisy place, I cannot do. Like that, mentioned in the book. So like a panda, if I want to catch the prey, like cows or deers, have to hide in the bush and trying to see. So let that catch. In the same way, we're trying to catch breathing. So if a noisy place, because of disturbing, we cannot catch the object. So that is one saying. Another saying is breathing meditation is very subtle. Only Buddha's disciple only can practice because of very superior, also very gentle. So we cannot do whatever place because of small things. Also very soft, gentle, very smooth. If in quiet place, it is very good. The body very peace. Also, those people are normally very gentle. Movement or speaking, quite, they are very gentle. So, because they focus on this object, very gentle. If you do more and more gentle, because the mind and body calm, so the breathing also very calm. You focus that object is that person mind is very subtle, very calm. Because of this, in a noisy place, it is not easy to do. Not easy to do. So one of difficulty for the breathing is it is difficult to improve. The other objects are quite okay, like a 4 element. This meditation object is very smooth, neat in a quiet place, especially. But when you teach those very difficult ones, so many people practice, many teachers start with these things. So about the breathing meditation, we have a lot of information. Most from the others, from the own self, most of teachers have experienced any difficulties. Because of this, once a disciple says something, they can understand about the knowledge. Because of many people practicing, very good. But the other meditation teacher may already success. But they, after improving this meditation, they go that. Very easy. For example, casino, white casino, see white. If concentration down, so they go into the breathing meditation, trying to be good. After good, trying to see white. So white object can absorb easily. So they don't know other difficult situation for the beginners about the other meditation. So not much knowledge. But they know what is a concentration situation, what is a no concentration situation. So, but informations are not like a breathing meditation. So if you do breathing meditation, any meditation center you go, teachers are ready. Every teacher you can discuss usually, mostly. But if you take, for example, metta meditation or 4 element meditation, they improved already, but not theirs. They start from that. So some difficult situation they may not experience. That is the one thing weakness. Because of this breathing meditations, we learn, we have many information. Whatever teacher you approach, they are ready to teach. So about the other meditation, 4 elements, white kasina, they improved already, but they don't have the experience of difficulties in the beginning stage. So because of this, we trying to teach. So place is also quite important. If you practice at the home, noisy place can improve something. So although not improve, should not disappoint it. That's I'm not good in this practicing. You should not think because something prayers are not so proper. So if you have chance to choose a meditation centers, it would be good. So quiet place. It is a faster way to improve. So because of this, if you want to practice breathing meditation, quiet place is very good. So it is about the place. So to perform something to improve very much, we need to know, we need to have knowledge, how to quiet down, how to be active, what is the place. So for today, I should stop instructions about the meditation knowledge. So we should start meditating. So focus here. Notice breathing, in breath, out breath, peacefully, calmly. Do you have any other question? As long as you are okay to note, you can continue. You can continue any step as long as you are okay. So normally if we know in breath, out breath, after some times we will know long or short. The same time we may notice long or short. So generally, so as long as you are okay, not changing also okay, without changing. If you can know, you can focus a longer time, it is okay. But sometimes they may change automatically. Means some people don't know in breath, out breath. But knowing in the breath continuously here, sometimes they don't know in and out, but knowing in the breath continuously without interrupting. If so, we may say that it is the whole breath. So keep it, no need to change, no need to know in and out, but knowing in the air or breath continuously, it is also okay. So sometimes automatically changing. The mind want to stay in this way, don't want to find out long or short. If so, let it be. So continue to practice. About the subtle breath, tranquilizing the breath, especially you feel the breath is very gross, so you can use. If you don't think, you don't feel it is a gross, no need to do. Originally it is a subtle. So, but if we go to first jhana to second jhana, so we have to think second jhana is more quiet, more subtle. I want to be that. I want to get that. That is like practicing more subtle. In the same way, second to third to fourth, like that. So, because of this, as long as you are okay, you can practice. So finally, I think we'll reach like the whole breath. The whole breath. So only you you should have ability to focus the breath. Long or short also okay. The whole breath also okay. If you are good in your step, may change automatically, usually. So, but no need to be back. Sometimes some people know the whole breath, continuously knowing, but they want to find out long or short breath. At that time, feel is not good. If a feel is good, still okay, although you find the long or short breath. Mostly it may cause growth because of a lot of effort. So the mind want to be quiet, but you are want to know in or out, want to know long or short. So it is more effort. So may have agitation, may not be peace. If so, no need to go back. Just to keep the mind on the breath calmly. It is okay. So as long as you are good in any step, can continue. If you want to change, also can change. Do you have any other question? Oh, yeah. Yes. So, yeah, mindfulness is, they say, guardian of the object or the mind. So, the nearest cause of mindfulness is, they say, tirasanya, firm perception. Firm perception means you should have that perception in breath, out breath all the time. So there is in breath, out breath. Here, you should do all the time. So it is the way to increase. Although sit, although stand up, although walking, you should have that perception always, as much as you can. Although you walk, whenever you have a free time, whenever you have a comfortable mind, you're trying to know that always. So the bhikkhus in the past, even they go for alms food, they make mark from here to there, and will go with the meditation object. So go there. If in between interrupt, other thought coming, so go back again. Go again. In this way they do. They don't allow to forget. So yeah, that is especially in a retreat we need to do. So we didn't allow to forget even like 30 minutes or 1 hour at least. We're trying to know always. Also eating in time. Because of eating, if you cannot focus, stop for a while. Trying to know, not to forget. Not allow to think long stories. Always trying to mark this one. With this perception, you may stay. So it is the way to increase mindfulness. Okay, sharing merit.